alright.
It's okay. It's getting used to the car, yeah? Hey guys, welcome to another video. So today we have another mock driving test in which I'll be testing a random learner driver, someone who I haven't met before, and just assessing their driving to find out whether they would actually pass a real test or not. So before we start, any of you that are learning to drive and want to save time and money on your driving lessons and haven't already done so, please download the Ultimate Driving course. It's going to save you, like I said, time and money on your lessons. Secondly, a lot of you that do watch, the analytics tell us that you aren't subscribers. So please, if you're watching and you find this channel helpful, please subscribe, yeah. And finally, if you want to take part in one of these mock driving tests, which are absolutely free, all you need to do is drop us a message on DGN Driving on Instagram. So follow us, drop us a message, and we select people randomly, yeah. Sorry, I can't really reply to every single person that messages. I do get a lot of messages on there. So whenever I need someone to film a mock test with, that's on twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday during the daytime. That's when I film. So if you're available on those days, drop us a message on Instagram and we'll just choose people, yeah. Right, so today's learner driver is Zanar, and Zanar's come from Derby, yeah. So Zanar, could you tell us a bit about your driving? This is quite an interesting one, yeah. So tell everyone how many lessons you've had.
So I only had one lesson, which was really assessment, and I've mainly been practicing my parents for about 3-4 months, just absorbing knowledge online and practice it in the car.
So you just basically been watching videos and taking lessons with your parents, yeah? And you had one assessment lesson, yeah?
Yeah.
And how did that go?
Went alright. Said pretty much everything was good. Just the manoeuvres was a bit dodgy, but
okay,
should be fine.
Okay, so he probably wasn't as nice as me, yeah. Okay, but I do get a lot of comments that I'm a bit harsh with the marking and I fail people and I want to fail people. Look, I don't want to fail people, yeah, but the whole point of these mock tests, they're not real tests, yeah, is to find out if there's any mistakes or not, yeah. So if there's something like 50-50, yeah, rather than just letting you off and saying, oh, don't worry about it, if I was in your position, yeah, I'd be like, okay, please tell me. Yeah, okay, tell me of the fault so you can correct it before your actual test, yeah. So that's why, yeah, I might be a bit on the extra, like, harsh side when I'm marking, yeah, but that actually helps because most of the learners, yeah, they do go on to pass their actual driving test. Right then, so another thing, so for someone like Zanar, that's where the Ultimate Driving course will be even more beneficial, yeah, where you could watch the videos, because you know when you're learning with your parents, obviously they're gonna, it's good you're learning with them, you're saving money in your lessons, yeah. But they're gonna have their own way of teaching, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, and they're not gonna know. Obviously, times have changed, yeah, over the years. So in the videos, everything explained. So if you'd watch the videos, yeah, and then carried it out, it would have helped you massively, yeah. Okay, right then. So is there anything? Well, I was gonna say what your instructor says that you need to improve on, but apart from the maneuvers, was there anything else that you?
Pretty much everything was good, yeah.
What do you feel least confident on?
Planning ahead for roundabouts, so like deciding which lane to go into, because sometimes, you know, they change them.
Cool. Have you done the show me tell me questions? Yeah. Good. Okay, right, so you know how it works, yeah? You've been watching the videos. If you do make a fault, I won't say anything, yeah, and we'll talk about them at the end of the test, yeah? And for those of you who are watching, if Zanar does make a fault, I'll talk about it just before it happens. Any serious faults will be in red text, any normal driving faults will be in amber text. Okay, so the tell me question, could you tell me how you would check your power assisted steering's working before starting a journey?
So I'd move the steering a bit, turn the car on, and if it like jolts, then it means it's on, and also it's easier to turn it if it's on.
That'll do. Cool. Right, so whenever you're ready, Zanar, if you could move off. We're not going to be following the sat nav. I'm going to give you direction signs to follow, yeah? Alright. Okay. Zanar carries out good observations before moving off. Watch how he checks the right blind spot. A really good demonstration. End of the road, turn left please. Obviously he hasn't driven this car before, so we'll need to get used to some of the controls, but I wasn't expecting him to brake like this. Luckily there was no one close behind.
It's alright.
It's okay.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's getting used to the car, yeah?
When emerging out here, you can see there is a parked vehicle. So it's important to look out for approaching vehicles that will position on our side of the road to overtake that parked vehicle. Zanar checks well and only emerges out when it's safe. These two lanes merge into one, so he should check the right mirror to look out for anyone that could be overtaking. He checks it just in time. Could have checked it slightly earlier. The speed limit here is 30 miles per hour, and Zanar goes a few miles over the limit but then slows down. He does try and ask me what the speed limit is, but as always, I can't really help as we are treating this as a test.
Speed limit 30, I don't know. I didn't see any sign.
I would love to help you out, yeah. Park up anywhere safe on the left, please.
When parking up, he scrapes my alloy on the curb. I think we both felt that.
Thank you. And move off when you're ready, please.
When moving off from a parked position like this, make sure you select a safe gap and don't slow down any vehicles approaching from behind. Again, Zanar carries out good observations and waits for a safe gap.
Follow signs to Warsaw, please.
As we approach this roundabout, it is safe to go, so second gear would have been fine, but Zanar selects first. On this dual carriageway, he builds up speed quite well, but for the first few seconds, notice how he's driving very close to the curb instead of staying in the centre of his lane. Coming up now is Zanar's first serious driving fault. Just as he enters this roundabout, he drifts into the right-hand lane just for a couple of seconds. He didn't fully position in the right-hand lane and did correct himself. So I was thinking whether I should let him off or fail him for it. But what made up my mind was that he does the same fault again shortly. Some of you may think this is a bit harsh, but like I said at the start of the video, the whole point of these mock tests are to find your faults so you can improve and sort them out before your real test. At the next roundabout, Zanar does something which I think any of you that have got your test coming up should pay attention to and make note of. I've asked him to follow signs to Cosley, which is right third exit. Zanar should select the right hand lane but isn't able to change lanes in time. Now if he takes the third exit using this lane, that would result in a serious fault. So he does what's correct and safe, which is to go the wrong way and takes a second exit instead. Brilliant decision. At this roundabout, he makes the same fault as he did earlier. Instead of keeping to the left, he cuts across into the right-hand lane. Even if there are no markings or the lines are faded, always use the curb as your marker. The speed limit is 50 miles per hour and the lorry is at around 35. Zanar shows good planning and awareness by overtaking correctly and then moving back to the left lane safely. The speed limit changes from 50 to 30. You must drop down to 30 miles per hour before you pass the new speed limit sign. Zanar notices and slows down in time. I've asked him to follow signs to Dudley, but he misses the sign. If you do miss a sign on your driving test, just do what Zanar does here. Just ask and the examiner will help you out with directions.
Is it, where is it? Which exit?
Sorry?
Which exit is Dudley?
It's the second exit to the right.
It's alright.
Yeah.
He does this roundabout well, shows good lane discipline and checks the mirrors well when moving to the left lane. Again, he shows good awareness by noticing the obstruction ahead and changing lanes early on. At this roundabout, Dudley is straight ahead, third exit, and we have to use the middle or right lane on approach as the left lane is marked for turning left. Zanar selects the correct lane on approach and again shows good lane discipline and observations on the roundabout. As we approach this roundabout, Zanar blocks the pedestrian crossing. It is only for a few seconds and there were no pedestrians waiting, so I didn't mark it as a serious fault.
I blocked it. Oh, I didn't see that.
Now I'm going to ask him the show me question, which he does correctly.
Okay, when it's safe to do so, could you show me how to demist the back screen, please? Thank you, and you can switch that on.
Here I'm going to ask Zanar to do the emergency stop.
Okay, shortly I'm going to ask you to carry out the emergency stop, yeah?
Okay.
He does it really well. He reacts quickly and brakes well. And before moving off, he checks all around, including both the blind spots.
Stop! Thank you, and move off when you're ready. Right, so if you could carry out the reverse parallel parking maneuver now, yeah? Using that car in front, so you pull up next to it and then finish quite close to the curb.
Okay.
Yeah. The space you're allowed to leave between us and that car in front is 1 car length from the back of that car and the front of our car. Yeah, no more than that, please.
Alright.
Okay. So whenever you're ready, start the maneuver.
Does it matter if I block the driveway? Or?
No, don't worry about blocking the driveway on the maneuver.
Now we're going to finish off the test with a reverse parallel parking maneuver. He carries out good observations before reversing. He sees this van approaching, so should have stopped and made sure that the van is slowing down and stopping for us. And then once the van had stopped, he should have then continued. But Zanar didn't stop. And I didn't mark this as a serious fault as the van didn't get too close to us. We do talk about this during the feedback at the end. He finishes up in a good position close to the curb. Now we're going to end the test here. You can tell by Zanar's reaction that he is a bit gutted that he's failed.
Yeah.
Okay, switch off the engine now. We're going to end the test there. Okay, so yeah, that's the end of the test. How do you think you did?
I don't know.
Can you think of any serious faults?
Probably my speed limit at the start.
Yeah, at one point you were going slightly over, but then it was when you said, "Oh, I'm not sure what the speed limit is here." Then you brought it back down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't mark that as a serious.
Okay.
Any others?
I don't know.
No?
I probably did fail.
You think you failed?
Probably.
Okay. Yeah, you did fail. Okay. Right, so you were like, you know, when you're making some volts, you were smiling in between. I'm not like, that's what I was asking. Did you realize what you did? Overall, really good driving. Mirrors brilliant. Yeah, the way you build up your speed, really good. Yeah, your awareness ahead, good. The only thing I would say, it's your approach speed sometimes, especially to roundabouts. You know, when we're on a dual carriageway, it was 50 miles an hour. Yeah, good. You're building up to that speed when it's nice and clear. You're making good progress. Yeah, there's no hesitation in that. Yeah, but when you see a roundabout coming up, yeah, you can see the signs for a roundabout. You can see a roundabout coming up. But you don't want to be doing 50 miles an hour up to a roundabout. Yeah, a couple of times you're approaching quite fast. Yeah, you slow down too late, and that was the cause of one of the faults. So as you approach the roundabout, your speed was too fast, and when you entered as well, instead of keeping to the left, you drifted to the right about that much, but then you did bring it back. But that you've already gone into that lane. Yeah, but you do know how to keep your position because at a lot of roundabouts you did keep a good position, but at 2, instead of keeping to this lane, you drifted over to that. That was it. That was everything else was quite good. Yeah, you had a few minors, but nothing like that kept happening again and again. So you didn't have any minor that you kept repeating. So there's nothing like that I'd say you need to work on apart from that approach speed. Yeah, look out for signs and markings. You know how a couple of times you're like, I'm not too sure of the speed limit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's no signs and you can see street lights, what should you expect the speed limit to be? 30.
I was blocking the pedestrian crossing, I thought, yeah.
No, I'll let you off with that. There was a pedestrian walking towards it. Yeah, did you see him on the right? Yeah. He had just crossed the road on the other side and was coming towards us. If we had blocked his path, I would have marked that as a serious. We were there for about 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you off with that one. That was I marked that as a minor.
Okay.
This maneuver, it was quite good. Do you remember? You know that car that was coming towards us. Stop as soon as you see. You know when he's about 3 car lengths away. Stop your car and make sure he is stopping. Okay. Don't expect them to like you were in. You were next to that car, but there's enough space for him to get through. Okay, but he did stop for you in the end. Yeah. But initially you didn't stop. You would just continue at a slow pace, and he did slow down. And it didn't cause him any danger. If anyone's coming towards you, stop. Make sure that they are stopping for you, and then continue with the maneuver.
Yeah.
Your checks were good. Your finishing position was good. Yeah, you don't want to come any more further back than this, though. Okay. Any questions?
No, that's everything.
I've got no doubt you'll pass your driving test. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Just make sure when you are approaching, like roundabouts, on the right turns, that's where people really struggle. You didn't.
Okay.
Yeah. Your right turns are really good. You didn't get confused with any exits. Once you missed, well, you saw the sign and then you were in the wrong lane. We were supposed to turn right, third exit, and you realised you're in the wrong lane, so you just went the wrong way.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's what I always mention in the videos anyway. Yeah, and that one time when you totally missed the sign, you were saying to me, this has happened before, like you were saying, oh, I've missed the sign.
Yeah.
So I didn't say anything. I said, okay, yeah, but then you asked the question.
Yeah.
You said, which way?
Yeah.
Then I have to answer.
Yeah.
Okay, do that on your test. So any of you watching, if you miss a sign, don't just keep saying like I've had people on these mock tests that just keep saying I've missed the sign, and they're going around but they don't know which way they're going. Just ask. Yeah, like you did there. That was good. Okay. Right, Zanar, thank you very much for coming down to do the mock test. And good luck for your actual test. Thanks. Okay. And guys, like always, don't forget to like and please subscribe. And hopefully you found that video useful, and I will see you in the next video.